Hi guys, happy Homebrew Wednesday. Not going to be a long one from me tonight. Haven't got too much in the offing. I've got some bit of an experimental video that I'm working on, but I thought I'd wait until that was pretty much all together before I published it. So I'm not going to give away any secrets at this point. Got my porter, chocolate porter, still in the primary. I think it's just about finished, so I'm just leaving it for another. Well, I'm leaving it for about 2 weeks in total before I do a few bottles and rack to a keg, I suppose. Planning my SJ pour beer. There's a possibility, an outside chance, that I might be doing that over the Easter break, but I haven't fully decided on my recipe yet, and it depends whether I can get any ingredients in time. Obviously it's the bank holiday on this Friday, so that gives us one less day for shipping if it's going to get here for the weekend. And that's about it for now. So what I thought I'd do is an almost identical video to Brewmaster Ben from a couple of weeks ago, but this time with my own Sierra Nevada Pale Ale clone. I did film the brew day for this beer a few weeks ago and posted it on a Homebrew Wednesday from a few weeks back, so go back and take a look at that if you're interested in the recipe and how I did it. It's an all grain beer, Marisota pale malt, some light crystals, some carapils, Magnum Pearl, Cascade, and fermented with US-05. Found a recipe on the internet, as you do, and adapted it to the kind of ingredients that were easy enough to get in this country, over in the UK, and I've finally got myself a bottle of the real thing from the supermarket over here in Wales, where we live, and I thought I'd do a side by side. So without further ado, let's give them a go. So first, let's do the genuine, the Sierra Nevada. Small hiss, a little bit of smoke, getting a nice hop aroma, not too much on the nose. And let's give mine a go. I've not opened one of these yet in the bottle, so I don't even know how carbonated it is. If it's, I'm assuming it is carbonated because it's been in the bottle for a few weeks now. It's certainly nice and clear. Anyway. Oh, a nice hiss. That's a little bit more than the real thing. I've got to say, they smell pretty similar, so pretty hopeful so far. Anyway, let's give this a pour. Lovely colour coming out of this bottle here. I've got a feeling mine's going to be a bit darker. There we go. Nice carbonation. I don't know if you can see that, it's probably not focused. It's probably focused about here. Good level of carbonation for an American ale, I think. And mine, well, maybe it's not too far off on the colour stakes. I'm a little bit aggressive on the pour there. Trying to encourage a little bit of head, but not too much. And we'll cut it there. So obviously mine's a little bit bigger, as they say. The Sierra Nevada is American beer, and it comes in I think, what are they, 16-ounce bottles, something like that in America, 350ml. Maybe it's 12-ounce, I'm not sure. But they've kindly put it in metric on the bottle for the market here in the UK. In terms of colour, well, just holding it in front of the light that I've got in the room here. And I would say mine is just a touch darker, but only a tiny bit, not hardly at all. So I wouldn't say I've nailed it, but I've got pretty close. Carbonation, well, the Sierra Nevada has clearly got more carbonation on there than mine has, so I could have maybe added a little bit more at the bottling phase. I bottled this with one Cooper's carbonation drop, which are actually sized for this size of bottle, as you probably know if you've used them, so that might be the reason why that is. The head on mine seems to be a little bit more persistent, although I did pour it second and slightly more aggressively. Let's have a sniff. Getting a nice hop aroma. Give it some comparison. Yeah, if I'm honest, there's more hop aroma in this one, which is a little bit disappointing. So let's dive in. Oh, that's good beer, Sierra Nevada. Very nice. Yeah, that citrus hit is there from the Cascade. Nice background bitterness. Good level of carbonation. Delicious. Really, really nice ale. If you haven't tried one of these, excuse me, if you've never tried a good quality American IPA or a pale ale, give one of these a go. It's probably about as mass produced as craft beer can get, if you like to use that term. But especially for those of you guys in the UK, they sell these in all the major supermarkets these days. It's a delicious beer. And if I'm honest, it knocks the socks off a lot of the British beers, so highly recommended. Yeah, very nice. So this is the moment of truth really for me. Well, carbonation is definitely better in this one. I think next time I'm going to have to come up with a different solution, because I think the Cooper's carbonation drops are just not quite big enough for a 500ml bottle, which is what is typically used here. Of course, Cooper's, if you're watching and listening, take note. The flavour it is different, but I'm struggling to describe why. Not unpleasant, just a bit different. Let me try again. I think there's a bit more bitterness in this one, which may come down to the level of the alpha acids and the hops that I used. I don't know. I mean, I used what the recommended recipe said, and the flavour profile is definitely very similar, so I don't think that that's wrong. I also think this is a little bit more, I think the malts are a bit more to the forefront. But yeah, I'd say this has got a little bit more bitterness, not quite as much aroma and flavour. Don't know why that might be. I'd have to go back and do some research. But to be honest, I'm pretty impressed with that. I think that regardless of whether it's an accurate clone, it's not far off, it's not perfect though. It's a nice beer, and of course that's what we strive for. Excuse me. So that's it for me this week, I think. Sorry about it's a quick one, or maybe not sorry, maybe that's good. Well, I suppose if you're watching it, then you must be interested in some way, shape or form. But yeah, that's it for me for this week. I hope you have a good Easter weekend. We get 4 days here in the UK, so I shall be enjoying some hopefully nice weather and possibly getting a brew day in, whether that be my little experimental batch or my my SJ pour. So yeah, have fun, enjoy the rest of the week, and happy Homebrew Wednesday, guys. Cheers. I did mean to say one more thing. For those of you who have given me your address, and a couple of you have, I have 2 bottles of this left. I drank most of it because it was kegged, and they will be going out to you in the next couple of weeks. Once I've got, I think I'm going to wait until the porter's in a bottle and send a bottle of that too. So a little bit of beer mail for a couple of people who know who they are coming along, and I don't know, maybe you might want to repeat this and let me know your opinion as well. Cheers, guys.